This final battle for strongest kicks off with a massive explosion in the arena, a clash of titans. Some guy who raided a steampunk convention is on the mic, hyping up Lin Jai's flawless control. Their swords clash as the announcer questions if mere training can make someone this broken. Meet Lin Jai, the #1 berserker whose every single move is apparently perfect. He is a whirlwind of destruction, aiming every single strike straight for a vital point. And just like that, Bailey Greatwall's defense shatters. He is completely and utterly overwhelmed. With his opponent reeling, Lin Jai presses the attack from above, leaving no room to recover. A massive foot comes down to crush him as his health hits critical levels. Towering over his fallen rival, Lin Jai looks every bit the undisputed champion. Smirking, he offers a hand while declaring his victory just to rub it in. Lin coughs up blood, seemingly accepting his defeat for a hot second. But then the crazy eyes come out, absolutely refusing to accept the loss. His whole demeanor shifts into pure entitled rage. How dare anyone actually beat him? Suddenly, a wave of red energy erupts, promising to nullify all of Lin Jai's hard work. He pulls out a cheat item to activate infinite weapon durability. Oh, so we are playing that asterisk game. His shattered sword instantly repairs itself, leaving Lin Jai stunned by the blatant hack. Then he drops $500,000 for super speed, because why earn victory when you can buy it? Now glowing and juiced up on cash shop power, Bailey closes the distance for a counterattack. This pay-to-win power-up works, sending Lin Jai flying and disarming him completely. And he gives the classic villain speech about how effort is for suckers who do not have cheat codes. Lin Jai can barely track his movements, completely overwhelmed by the sheer, unadulterated power of money. Bailey then drops another $2 million for a teleport and a one-hit kill. Skill is officially irrelevant. In a flash, he is behind our boy, landing a decisive blow that screams, "I have a credit card." A system alert confirms it, account deleted, assets transferred, a truly hollow victory. But in his final moments, Lin Jai confronts a familiar face, demanding to know why. He asks his old friend why he'd betray their promise and resort to cheating. This blonde guy just offers a cold, empty apology for stabbing him in the back. With a final strike, he wishes him better luck in the next life. What a great friend. Back in the digital void, system alerts confirm his game access is permanently revoked. His avatar glitches out as he kneels, absolutely refusing to accept this garbage ending. A flashback hits, showing he started with nothing, no money, no power, no connections. He truly believed that pure grit and ruthless fighting could change his entire destiny. With his own 2 hands, he fought his way up from the bottom to the top ranks. Our boy was just one single step away from claiming the throne he'd earned. For this final match, he literally put his entire life and soul on the line, and yet after all that effort, he still lost completely, his body dissolving into data. He makes a final vow: if he gets another chance, he will win by any means necessary. His rage echoes through the system, a final defiant refusal to accept this fate. Suddenly, Lin Jai is ripped back to reality, screaming as the game world shatters around him. He is gasping for air, eyes wide in shock. The game might be over, but something else just began. Lin Jai wakes up on his bedroom floor, totally disoriented, with a girl standing in his doorway. She is not exactly sympathetic, asking why he is on the ground, cosplaying a corpse. A jolt of recognition hits him. That is his little sister, who is supposed to be in a coma. His mind flashes back to 3 years ago when a tragic accident put her there in the first place. In fact, she was on life support, with all his game winnings going straight to her medical bills. So seeing her standing here, perfectly healthy and very annoyed, just does not compute at all. He grabs her in a total panic, demanding to know why she is not still in a hospital bed. For his trouble, she immediately puts him in a headlock, yelling about a gaming all-nighter. Pinned to the floor, Lin Jai desperately asks what year it is, trying to make sense of anything. She tells him it is the launch day for the game Era, a date from 5 years in the past. This realization finally sinks in. This is no dream. He has actually been sent back in time. He remembers the crushing despair of being backstabbed by his so-called friend, Bailey Greatwall. But now, fate has given him a second chance to rewrite both his life and the game itself. A phantom pain shoots through him, a stark reminder of what is at stake this time around. With a grim smile, he swears he will reach the absolute peak of Era in this new life. He knows he has just enough cash saved up to buy the VR helmet and get started again. This game itself was a global phenomenon, an evolving virtual world that captivated millions. In that world, he was known as the Undying War God, a legend built on pure, unadulterated skill. As the ultimate free-to-play champion, he was a hero to the masses, just shy of #1. Holding the helmet, he recalls being so close only for his best friend to sell out for power. This betrayal still stings, with Lin Jai wondering what went so wrong with his so-called friend. But he pushes that aside, deciding to focus on the insane second chance he has been given. Slapping on the helmet, he is ready to dive back in, this time with zero regrets. And just like that, he is jacked into the world of Era on day 1. Floating in the digital void, he is prompted to choose his class and start from scratch. He remembers how everyone started blind, with no guides or info to go on. For a veteran from 5 years in the future, though, this game is basically an open book. All that future knowledge is his ultimate cheat code for dominating the early game. As he spawns into the starting town, Lin Jai vows to become the undisputed #1. With a look of pure confidence, he declares the king of skill has officially returned. Meanwhile, some other players in the plaza are already trash-talking someone for picking the warrior class. They are calling it the absolute worst class in the game, total bottom-of-the-barrel stuff. And of course, the guy they are mocking is Lin Jai, who proudly picked warrior again. He just smirks because even with a do-over, he is sticking with his signature class. His mind flashes back to a brutal fight against some undead boss 2 years ago in his past life, a memory where he stood as a lone warrior against impossible odds. Even back then, decked out in epic gear, he knew he'd always choose this path. A nearby blonde knight scoffs at the choice, calling it a class only scrubs would ever pick. This general consensus is that they are just broke meat shields with no cool skills. Basically, this guy thinks warriors are nothing more than glorified cannon fodder, a terrible take. This blonde knight pitches the elegant and deadly swordsman class, a real hard sell. But in a flashback, Lin Jai explains his warrior philosophy. The tougher the fight, the stronger he becomes. It is a path defined by surviving every crisis through sheer grit and effort. Which is exactly how he earned the title Undying War God in his past life. His old rival then questions if that title will even matter after today's match. So with a confident smirk, Lin Jai proposes a little wager on the outcome. This blonde knight seems intrigued, asking what exactly they are betting on, and Lin Jai declares that no matter what, he will always return as the Undying War God. Back in the present, he recalls the warrior's perks: high HP to survive early bosses. This leads to the advanced class he chose before, a path he is taking again. This Berserker, a class that literally weaponizes its own health pool for massive power. He knows that pay-to-win players only chase flashy, high DPS classes anyway. Looking around, he sees the usual suspects: mages, swordsmen, and assassins everywhere. Most parties are just cobbled together groups of these glass cannon classes, but they have no idea the early game monsters will absolutely shred them without a tank. A warrior's survival advantage is key, and his future knowledge will cover all the weaknesses. His first quest then pops up via system alert with a 5-minute timer, time to move. This objective is the newbie instructor, a very round and very grumpy-looking old man. Seeing the familiar NPC again brings a wave of nostalgia for our time-traveling veteran. Of course, the moment is ruined by some rando in armor calling him trash. Welcome to online gaming. This level 2 paladin immediately tries shaking him down for a protection fee, a whole 1 copper coin. Turns out paladin is a classic pay-to-win favorite, a jack-of-all-trades class for the whales. Lin Jai instantly recognizes the scam. The server's only been up for half an hour after all. This guy clearly just swiped his credit card for the newbie X pack to get a head start. He is using that tiny level advantage to bully new players, but Lin Jai knows it is a total bluff. With a confident smirk, he sizes the dude up as nothing more than a paper tiger. Most players just pay the fee since the first quest gives 10 coins, making it seem like no big deal. But our boy is not about to hand over his money to some random entitled scrub. This paladin throws a tantrum, screaming that he is stronger and telling Lin Jai to delete his character. And as the guy swings his sword, Lin Jai just casually catches the blade with his bare hand. Suddenly, the paladin finds he cannot put any force into his attack, completely and utterly stopped. That is because Lin Jai's starting talent is Grip Boost, a skill everyone else wrote off as useless. It is a simple disarm resistance talent that makes it harder for him to drop his own weapon. This paladin actually scoffs, calling it a trash talent that only helps you hold things tighter. For a scrub like him, maybe, but for Lin Jai, it is a whole different story. He declares it is the strongest talent in the game as he completely overpowers the bully. This dude starts crying, absolutely losing his mind over being disarmed by a bare-handed player. Lin Jai explains that Grip Boost has a hidden perk: you can block normal attacks with your hands. Plus, it scales with strength, and if your STR is higher, you can counter with a disarm effect. He realizes this pay-to-win idiot did not even put points into strength, a total noob now kneeling before him. What the scrub does not know is that Grip Boost later evolves into the legendary Titan's Grip. It is a god-tier skill for one-handing massive swords, but only if you pick the trash talent first. This paladin starts screaming for the guards while his little posse immediately bails on him. He tries to get Lin Jai executed by the system, claiming our boy started a fight in a safe zone. Surrounded by guards who could one-shot him, Lin Jai just casually admits, "Yeah, I did it." And the paladin is absolutely thrilled, thinking he has just won by snitching to the NPC mods. But Lin Jai calmly clarifies that it was just a defensive move, which changes everything. This guards turn on the paladin, who has no idea what is happening, sputtering in total confusion. So he pulls the whale card, screaming that he is a VIP who has spent a fortune on the game. Lin Jai explains a hidden rule: the system only punishes the one who initiates the fight. At which point the guard's spears come crashing down right on the pay-to-win bully. A system alert then forces the paladin to compensate Lin Jai with 1 single copper coin. In fact, our boy reveals the defender can even get rewarded for their trouble. Then he smirks at the blubbering mess on the floor and says he accepts his apology. Turning to the guy's friends, he asks if they want to pay him off with a few coins too. Or if they'd rather just clear a path for him. The choice seems pretty obvious. His goons are absolutely terrified, realizing they messed with the wrong level 1 player. This crowd of bullies parts instantly, letting him walk through like a total boss. He finally reaches his actual quest objective, the newbie instructor named Outright, and greets the old NPC like a long-lost friend, a reunion 5 years in the making. This instructor is totally baffled, asking how a new player could possibly know him already. Lin Jai just sits down like they are old war buddies, saying it has been 5 years, much to the NPC's confusion. Outright then offers the standard newbie package: some coins, a few potions, or a basic sword. Nearby, other players are already talking about how the money is the only smart choice for a quick real-world profit, but Lin Jai, with a knowing smirk, confidently asks for the secret option 4. This completely throws the NPC, who thinks our boy is hallucinating a non-existent choice. Lin Jai then recites the first half of a cryptic code phrase to unlock the hidden reward. A totally floored outright demands to know where he could have possibly heard those words. With a cool smile, Lin Jai finishes the poem about a new era dawning from the ashes of the old. He then reveals that Outright himself gave him that code in a past life, remember. A flashback shows us the original timeline where Lin Jai saved the instructor's family from a giant monster. Back then, a grateful Outright had nothing of value to give him as a reward. Instead, he gave Lin Jai a secret phrase to use if he ever needed help in the future. This NPC had promised that even if the system wiped his memory, he'd remember his savior. Back in the present, those words trigger the hidden condition, and Outright finally understands. A brand new reward menu appears, this time with a fourth hidden option just for him. Reaching for it, Lin Jai remembers being just one step from the top before betrayal ruined everything. This time, however, he refuses to accept an unfair fate as he claims his prize. His reward is an initial talent stone, a legendary item that lets him choose a starting talent. This crowd absolutely loses their minds, realizing he just got a priceless, unbuyable talent selection gem. Lin Jai clenches his fist, knowing he has to start this new life in the absolute best condition possible. So with a smirk, he picks his second talent. Oath of the Sword, a key piece in his plan to rewrite destiny. Outright explains this talent is a double-edged sword, granting amazing skill but locking you into one weapon type for life. When asked if he is sure, Lin Jai just gives a look that says, "I have been sure for 5 years, old man." Of course, the peanut gallery immediately starts flaming him for picking a trash single-weapon talent. They are just full of great advice today. But the old instructor drops some wisdom, saying the wielder is always more important than the weapon. Lin Jai quietly thanks someone named Adelaide for the gift, a name we have not heard before. He is already miles ahead of his past life, where he did not get a second talent until level 30. This is a massive head start. Our boy knows the pay-to-win advantage dies fast after level 5, forcing whales to keep swiping their cards forever. But for a player who relies on pure skill, even a rusty piece of iron is enough to dominate. He admits the sword lacks the raw power of axes or the surprise factor of spears. Yet what the noobs do not get is that this plain weapon is the ultimate test of true technique. His original plan was simple: grab grip boost, take the free sword, and start grinding mobs immediately. Instead, he took the hidden talent stone, which means he is now starting completely empty-handed. With this one choice, the entire timeline has already shifted from what he remembers. A flash of a powerful, fiery being named Bale reminds him that a different story could lead to a very different ending. Lin Jai vows to get insanely strong this time, determined to completely overturn his tragic fate. Back in the plaza, he walks past players trying to sell their starter gear for a quick buck. A shady-looking vendor tries to pawn off some of his junk, but Lin Jai is clearly not interested. This guy then throws a tantrum, tossing his own wares on the ground and calling them crap. Tough day at the office. Lin Jai picks up a wooden club with stats that are, to be polite, absolute garbage. He notices it is tagged as both a mace and a sword, which is definitely not normal. And suddenly, a massive light bulb goes off in our boy's head. That is when he sees the vendor from before getting shaken down by some other rando. This new bully is mocking the guy for being a non-combat life skills player, real tough guy stuff. But Lin Jai steps in, schooling him on how the entire game economy depends on these crafters. He then calmly asks the terrified vendor how much for the club, who stammers out 1 copper. Of course, the bully demands to know who he is, and Lin Jai just coolly introduces himself as a warrior. This guy just laughs, so Lin Jai uses the single coin he got from the paladin to buy the stick Poetic Justice. Now the bully's mad his fun got spoiled, but Lin Jai just says he was doing a good deed. He then clarifies that good deed is a weird way to spell bullying random players. This bully just smirks, thinking he has watched a total noob get scammed on a worthless weapon. He calls the vendor a con artist and tells Lin Jai to enjoy his trash. What a winner. His little goon squad follows him off, agreeing that Lin Jai deserved what he got. Lin Jai knows the scam, selling useless clubs to new players who do not know any better. It is a classic trick from the game's launch, preying on people trying to save a single coin. But as the former undying war god, his weapon sense is telling him this club is special. He holds it up, a confident look on his face, knowing there is a secret here. It is an unidentified artifact, and that sword tag means he can use it with his new talent. A system alert confirms the wooden club is equipped, and his journey finally begins. His stats are barebones, but he has got a title. The one who returned. Talk about a spoiler. Suddenly, the whole world seems to crack as a massive event kicks off. A server-wide alert screams that horror demons are assaulting the newbie town. Lin Jai knows this place is on the front lines, constantly swarmed by high-attack monsters. In his past life, this entire town was wiped off the map within a year of the game's launch. Meanwhile, other players are just hyped for the exp, rushing to the north gate like lemmings. This guards try to stop Lin Jai, telling him he is too low level and will just get himself killed. But our boy just gives them a dead serious look and says to let him through. He tells the guard he is looking for a real fight, fully aware he will lose newbie protection. Even if the monsters are a higher level, he is walking straight into the fire anyway. His sheer audacity impresses the system, which rewards him with a huge reputation boost. Turns out the game has a hidden mechanic that rewards players for being absolute madlads. This triggers a hidden side quest from the guard captain, who is now totally on board. Linjai smirks because this was his plan all along, to get a level 3 quest at level 1. This captain begs him to retrieve the bodies of his fallen men from the Horrordaemon leader's camp. Our boy knows that completing this will not only give him huge rewards but could save the entire town. He turns to the captain, calls him by name, and says forget the funeral, he is here to kill the boss. There is a secret condition to clear the instance. The boss has to be killed by a massively underleveled player, and with his future knowledge he is about to take on a god-tier monster with a wooden stick. This captain is just completely floored, stammering about how Lin Jai could possibly know his name. Lin Jai tells the captain to get ready for a celebration, promising to save the town and his men. This guard is absolutely freaking out, begging him to just hide until the boss leaves, so much for faith in the hero. With a smirk, Lin Jai just says, "Relax, I am the miracle ready to bend fate to his will." He arrives at the village gate, which is now just a field of bloody crosses and graves, and our boy looks at this absolute horror show and thinks it is perfect, a man who loves his work. Walking through the carnage, he knows this game's difficulty is brutal, but the rewards are too good to pass up. He then stumbles upon a group of players by a campfire looking for a tank for their party. For most people he knows, teaming up is the only logical way to survive out here. But one of the players immediately recognizes him as the big idiot who got scammed earlier. It is the same bully from the plaza, now mocking him for still carrying that wooden club. Lin Jai just gives them a dead-eyed stare and a single thought: boring. A big knight-looking guy in their party asks if he is seriously planning to solo grind. His friends all laugh, calling his gear trash and saying he'd just drag them down. Lin Jai calmly explains the game's math. Soloing gets you 5 times the rewards of a party, and to prove his point about being strong enough, he just casually backhands the knight into next week. This guy is completely floored, wondering what in the world just happened. Our boy notes the knight's body is surprisingly fragile, deducing his talent is scorching retribution. This talent looks flashy but comes with a huge penalty, basically turning his body into paper. He realizes this guy traded a knight's tanking ability just to be a backline damage dealer. In other words, the dude trying to act tough is a complete and utter coward. This bully gets a nasty surprise when a Horrordaemon locks onto him. So naturally he kites the monster straight to Lin Jai, laughing about the free respawn he just gifted him. Lin Jai's completely unfazed, noting this guy's at least smart enough to use someone else's bait. While dodging, he knows one kill will not level him, but it is a perfect warm-up for his quest. This peanut gallery, of course, just thinks he is frozen stiff with fear, laughing their heads off. But our boy's eyes are wide open because he is already seeing the solution. He is perfectly reading the monster's attack pattern, predicting the entire swing, and then he pulls off a flawless dodge, so clean the system itself congratulates him. This is his element after all. A true warrior only gets stronger on the brink of death. A flash of his past as the undying war god reminds him that danger is the only path to power. Gripping his club, he wonders if this new life is his chance to truly become the strongest. Snapping back to reality, he smacks the beast right in the face for a solid critical hit. This just makes the Horrordaemon angrier, jacking its attack power by 50%. From the sidelines, the bully screams that rushing a charged-up monster is pure suicide. But Lin Jai feels he is still not being pushed hard enough, his weapon glowing with intent. He needs to get closer, right into the heart of the danger to truly test his limits. Dashing in, he lands another critical hit, interrupting the monster's momentum. This beast howls as the club smashes its jaw, completely breaking its special attack. He closes the distance even more, getting right up in the monster's personal space, then unleashes a brilliant golden arc with his club, ready to end this fight. With the monster dead, Lin Jai gets his solo kill reward, knowing that pushing your limits is the only real way to play. This peanut gallery, however, is having a complete meltdown, unable to process a level 1 newbie winning with a wooden club. Our paper knight from before insists it has to be pure luck because admitting skill would just shatter his fragile worldview. A new guy in a hood then steps up, guessing Lin Jai must be a closed beta player to have moves like that. He then smoothly invites our boy to his party, saying they are short one expert. The flattery is laid on thick. Lin Jai, busy looting the corpse, does not even bother to look up, shutting him down with a flat not interested. Undeterred, the guy points out he is heading for a boss that needs a 5-man party, and would not you know it, they have 4. This dude, whose name is Rex, immediately sends a party invite, acting like it is a golden ticket. To sweeten this amazing deal, he offers a 50-50 split on rewards, which is just screaming it is a trap. But Lin Jai just calls his bluff, clarifying that 5 players is only a recommendation, not a hard requirement. Rex is floored, arguing that one person's skill alone is not enough to clear this kind of group instance. He then launches into a sales pitch about legacy gear and titles, claiming his team is the server's best shot. His buddy chimes in that the boss summons mobs in Phase 2, and without a tank they are all going to get wiped. Lin Jai just smirks, putting it all together. They just need a tank and he is a warrior, how very convenient. He holds up a hand, basically telling them to pump the brakes on this whole recruitment scheme. Rex gets all slimy, insisting it is about his elite skill, definitely not because they need a warm body to throw at the boss. Inside his head, Lin Jai knows the real play. They just want a scapegoat to soak up all the damage. This guy just asks so, with a smug look as if being used as bait is a fantastic career opportunity. And to everyone's absolute shock, Lin Jai just accepts the invitation, joining their party without another word. A quick game mechanic reminder pops up, boss difficulty and reward scale with party size, which was his plan all along. Lin Jai's master plan is revealed. A full party buffs the boss, guaranteeing a unique reward. As they head to the instance, he knows this is a one-time quest. Once cleared, the loot is gone forever. This reward is absolutely critical for his plan to dominate the early game and become the strongest. With a determined look, he is ready to grab this single opportunity with both hands. This party arrives at the glowing instance portal, where Lin Jai is already busy looting a monster. His new teammates immediately start mocking him for wasting energy before the boss fight. What an amateur. One of them whines about how terrible the drop rates are, making it impossible to get good gear. Meanwhile, Lin Jai just casually picks up a monster's weapon, something that is supposed to be impossible. His wooden club starts glowing, a system message popping up that it is searching for a host. This paper knight tries to lecture him, explaining that monster weapons are non-lootable props. He smirks, thinking he is so smart for knowing basic game mechanics that would prevent market inflation. But Lin Jai's club is already trying to fuse with the monster's blade, leaving the knight totally confused. A system alert confirms the impossible. The branch of the world tree is fusing with the weapon. And just like that, his trash club transforms into the horror demon's jagged sword, complete with a bleed effect. He remembers this item from his past life. It was a legendary artifact that always disguised itself as a simple club. Its real power is copying other weapons, turning them into a new form with the branch as the hilt. That thing sold for 100 million, and now he has got it on day one. Talk about a head start. He knows just how massive the gear gap is between new players and even the weakest monsters. A quick check of his inventory confirms it. He can now swap weapons with monsters for free. His new stats pop up, showing a huge attack boost from the sword, ready to carry these clowns. He arrives at the boss instance just as the fight is kicking off, with an NPC getting absolutely wrecked. A cutscene plays out, showing the town guards desperately trying to hold the line against the boss. A hunter, Griffin, Rex, the party leader, stops him, explaining they have to wait for the scripted event to finish before they can jump in. This guy lays out his master plan: let the NPCs get wiped, then attack the boss when it is weakened. What a strategist. But Lin Jai just deadpans that he has zero interest in watching a movie when he could be fighting. He then yells at the NPCs to fall back, reminding them their captain is waiting for them to come home alive. Everyone, including his own party, is completely stunned that he is just talking to the cutscene characters. With a smirk, Lin Jai charges straight in, because waiting for permission is for other people. His new teammates immediately start screeching about what an idiot he is for pulling the boss early. Rex smugly tells everyone to stay back and just let the fool get himself killed. Problem solved. As expected, the boss immediately locks onto Lin Jai, the first one to charge in like a proper tank. Our boy is not worried though, because this is not reckless, it is all part of the plan. He knows that by changing the script, he can change the quest itself, becoming the master of his own fate. And with that, he clashes with the boss, ready to be the butterfly that rewrites this entire timeline. Meanwhile, Rex is monologuing about how they will just let Lin Jai die and then swoop in for the first kill rewards. One of his lackeys points out that Lin Jai will still get a cut of the loot since he is in the party, to which Rex just gives a villainous grin, promising that will not be an issue for long. And right on cue, a system alert pops up. Rex has kicked him from the party mid-fight. This boss immediately unleashes a devastating attack on the now-abandoned Lin Jai. But our boy just smirks, having confirmed their whole scam. They use newbies to weaken the boss. Lin Jai knows their whole scam hinges on him being a helpless level 1 newbie, but they seriously miscalculated, because our boy is anything but a rookie. He unleashes his full power, declaring himself a warrior reborn from hell itself, and the boss just stares, probably wondering what this kid's whole deal is. His first swing connects with a massive, earth-shattering impact. From the sidelines, Rex cannot believe his ears, recognizing the sound of a sonic boom. Lin Jai roars into the fight, bringing his sword down with absolute fury, his eyes glowing with intensity, completely locked into this life-or-death dance. A quick skill activation. Oath of the Sword jacks up his attack power even higher, and the boss's health bar actually drops, shocking the peanut gallery who thought this was a joke. This just pisses the griffin off, causing it to erupt in a storm of purple energy. A system alert confirms it is phase 2, and the boss is now supercharged with lightning. Our boy just stands there, ready to face the deadliest danger head-on. Meanwhile, Rex and his clowns are calling him an idiot, just waiting for him to die so they can swoop in. This charged attack lands, creating a massive explosion that engulfs the entire area. For a second, it looks like the boss has completely overwhelmed him with raw power. But Lin Jai is still standing, explaining that choosing this weak class was his only path to strength. He tells them they will never understand, because not everyone is born with the privilege of choice. A flashback reveals the game's dirty secret. In his past life, rich players bought the best classes, leaving the poor with a simple decision: be a low-tier support or be cannon fodder. He is remembering how the warrior class was a freebie, the only real choice for broke players. As a nobody, he had to cling to this single, brutal path, abandoning all other options. Rex, meanwhile, is having a full-blown meltdown, screeching that a level 1 cannot take that hit. For Lin Jai, though, this is the only way, using pure danger to forge a path only a commoner could walk. A grip boost skill suddenly activates, letting him use his sword as an impromptu shield. With renewed resolve, he grips his weapon, trusting this second chance with his entire being. This Griffin's attack leaves a perfect opening, and Lin Jai is already moving to exploit it. He surges forward in a golden flash, embracing the one path left that is packed with opportunity. His eyes glowing, he declares that even a god will fall before him on his path to the top. Screaming for the Griffin's death, he unleashes his final, decisive attack. His golden aura clashes with the boss's lightning in a final, explosive confrontation. With a final, golden uppercut of his sword, he completely overpowers the beast. This system confirms the kill, and Lin Jai just watches as the boss's body crumbles behind him. Standing over the corpse, he looks down at the beast's final, defeated pose. Wiping his chin, he admits that hit was rough, but the warrior's HP pool pulled him through. He has still got health to spare when the system drops a massive X bonus, leveling him up instantly. His status screen pops up, confirming he is now level 2 with the very ominous title, The One Who Returned. From the sidelines, Rex's crew is just frozen, asking each other if they are hallucinating. While they are freaking out, Lin Jai is just calmly looking over his flood of achievement notifications. Of course, the clowns immediately decide he must have cheated, because admitting he is good would just be too painful. Rex immediately orders his crew to start looting, claiming they are entitled to the drops for showing up. But his lackey gets a hard access denied from the system when he tries to grab a coin. This guy starts sweating, having a full-blown crisis over why he cannot pick up the free stuff. And then the horrible truth dawns on Rex. Lin Jai soloed the boss after Asterisk being kicked from the party. He absolutely loses it, screaming that their genius plan just cost them every single reward. Meanwhile, the boss's unique drop is revealed, a legacy artifact that reflects damage once a day. Lin Jai just calmly eyes the floating golden bell, the exclusive prize for his solo victory. With a simple gesture, he loots the artifact, leaving the clowns to stew in their failure. A whole shower of gold coins then zips through the air, flying directly into his inventory. One of the goons makes a desperate lunge for a coin, only for it to swerve right past his hand so close. Our boy just smirks, holding his new bag of cash while the peanut gallery whines about fairness. Rex tells his buddy to calm down because he is already cooking up a much scummier plan. His new strategy is simple. Just kill Lin Jai, since game rules let you loot a player's recent gains. For once, his minion points out that the guy who soloed a boss might be a little hard to gank. But their scout uses an eagle eye skill, revealing Lin Jai is on his last legs with only 3% HP. This scout gets a sinister grin, knowing that even a stiff breeze could probably finish him off now. So Rex gives the order to flip on PvP mode, vowing that Lin Jai is not walking out of there alive. As they get ready to ambush him, Lin Jai just keeps walking, his back turned to the danger. He is too busy admiring his haul, which includes 100 copper coins and a pile of alchemy mats. A quick check of the auction house confirms that pouch is worth over 1,000,000 yuan. He is rich. Rex's scout strolls up with some backhanded praise, calling Lin Jai a skilled but gullible idiot. But Lin Jai is having none of it, pointing out that Rex is the one who broke their deal. This clown tries to spin it, claiming they only stayed back because they believed in him. What a supportive team. With a greasy smirk, he argues they deserve credit for his solo kill because logic is optional. A system alert suddenly flashes across Lin Jai's vision, confirming a severe injury. His max HP is now slashed by 90%, leaving him coughing on the ground as Rex gloats. This is where Rex drops his villain intro, revealing his crew are the infamous Rex Rogues. Their whole creed is basically, we are terrible people. They kill, they betray, and they are proud of it. Pointing at Lin Jai, he demands that he cough up everything he just earned. To punctuate the threat, the scout unleashes a glowing pink arrow right at him. This shot grazes Lin Jai, who immediately recognizes the hunter skill Eagle Eye. He knows that skill is a guaranteed hit, meaning they deliberately just nicked him to show off. Looking completely unbothered, our boy just asks what they are trying to accomplish here. Rex lays out his terms, hand over the loot, the gear, and yes, even his underwear. Then he is supposed to perform a naked walk of shame off Sinner's Hill for public humiliation. This guy is just loving the power trip, fantasizing about breaking a penniless loser. His goons chime in, calling Lin Jai a bottom feeder who just got lucky with one hit. Through all the threats and insults, Lin Jai just gives them a cool, knowing smirk. And then he delivers the most satisfying "I refuse" ever, raising his sword in defiance. He tells Rex he is nothing but a pebble on his path, one he will step on without a second thought. He tells them he will not even bother to remember their names after he is done with them. With a cocky smirk, he dares Rex to come kill him, practically begging for the fight. From across the courtyard, Rex just smiles, finding this little act of defiance very amusing. He gives the simple order to kill, and his scout immediately powers up another eagle eye shot. But Lin Jai is ready, activating the golden bell artifact he just looted from the boss. That guaranteed hit arrow slams right into the bell's golden energy shield, and the attack just fizzles out in a massive burst of light, completely negated. Rex's crew finally recognizes the legacy artifact, realizing he is using their stolen loot against them. One of the goons starts freaking out, wondering if that bell just made him invincible. Our boy clarifies that it is not invincibility, it just bought him a single second of breathing room. This clown scoffs at this, asking what good 1 second is when he is about to die anyway. Linjai just smiles, explaining that 1 second is all he needs to power up and wreck them. System windows flash as he dumps his exp into a new skill, Undefeated Frenzy. A massive red bar appears, showing his HP has just shot past the normal warrior limit. This scout absolutely loses his mind, watching Linjai's health fully restore despite the injury debuff. Now glowing with dark energy, Linjai asks if they'd like a closer look at his Hellforged power. One of the mages points out his sword is still on the ground, yelling to attack the unarmed fool. In a golden flash, Linjai launches himself forward, proving he does not need a sword for this. Rex's goon barely has time to register that our boy is suddenly right in his face, and he immediately delivers a superpowered golden fist straight into the scout's jaw. That golden fist connects with explosive force, sending the scout flying across the courtyard. Rex's remaining goons just stare in total disbelief, their jaws on the floor at his impossible speed. With their archer one-shotted, the crew finally realizes this is not some helpless newbie. A system window confirms his grip boost skill turns his fists into weapons, a nasty surprise for them. Panicking, one of the clowns orders their mage to lock him down with an ice burst spell. This spell hits, trapping Linjai's feet in a prison of ice, leaving him completely immobilized. Their big heavy hitter moves in for the kill, gloating that this ice block will be his coffin. But a quick SDR check later, Linjai just shatters the ice like it is nothing. So much for that plan. Now free, he winds up another golden fist, his eyes burning with pure battle focus. This resulting punch unleashes a whirlwind of energy, completely overwhelming the big guy. From a distance, the mage just watches in horror as his ultimate spell completely fails to do anything. Linjai calmly explains that a little frost spell is just child's play for someone with his raw strength. This just breaks the mage's brain, since the injury debuff should have crippled his stats. Realizing the swirling aura around Linjai is not weak at all, he orders another stat check. But there is no time for that. Linjai is already in his face, grabbing him by the wrist. With a terrifying smirk, he asks if the mage remembers what happened to the last guy he punched. This mage starts stammering, his brain short-circuiting as he tries to process the situation. And then comes the classic gamer excuse. He starts screaming that Linjai is a hacker. Through it all, Linjai's gaze is just ice cold, completely done with these clowns. As the mage whines about cheats, a terrifying demonic aura begins to manifest right behind our boy. With a terrifyingly calm expression, Linjai tells the mage he has already lost. This mage screams back that he will never be a desperate loser who has thrown everything away. Our boy just turns it around, saying only trash cries hacker when they are about to lose. And just like that, the mage's spine completely dissolves, begging for his life and offering to quit the crew. Linjai's response is a simple too late as he powers up his grip boost for the finisher. He unleashes an explosive palm strike, completely obliterating the last of Rex's goons. As the dust settles, Rex himself finally steps out from the shadows for a one-on-one. He coolly informs Linjai that by killing his friends, he just threw away his only advantage. The smug grin, Rex reveals he knows all about the warrior's class-specific power-up. Apparently, warriors get a massive stat boost when they are surrounded by multiple enemies. A system window confirms this desperate stand trait requires at least 3 opponents to activate. So by letting his entire crew get wiped, Rex thinks he has cleverly disabled Linjai's trump card. What a strategist. Linjai just shrugs, hoisting his sword and promising to send him back to town with one clean strike. But Rex powers up with a dark aura, revealing he is an executioner class built for 1v1 combat. This two immediately charge, clashing in a massive shockwave of golden and purple energy. As their weapons lock, Rex starts explaining his own class trait, Weak Point Assault. It seems every single hit he lands applies a nasty stacking debuff to his target. A quick breakdown shows the effects. Hits can cripple, disarm, bleed, or even blind his opponent. Linjai knows that if he lets even one of those attacks through, the debuffs will pile up fast. Rex keeps up the pressure, condescendingly praising his speed while looking for an opening to strike. Rex gets in close, gloating that his debuff stacking specialty will absolutely drown Linjai. With a truly punchable grin, he promises our boy will be begging for the sweet release of death. Linjai just calmly raises his sword, deciding he has had enough of this clown's monologue. Instead of fighting up close, he unleashes a massive swing to blast Rex away and create some space. Rex is genuinely shocked by his power, but still condescendingly calls his early game strength not bad. He is certain that a long, drawn-out fight will guarantee his win, a classic villain mistake. But Linjai just roars back that he has zero intention of playing this guy's slow burn game. Glowing with golden energy, he suddenly charges past Rex, aiming for the town's respawn crystal. This oh crap moment hits Rex as he realizes Linjai's insane, game-breaking plan. And with one epic strike, Linjai shatters the crystal, sending a shockwave through the square. Suddenly, Rex respawns right there, completely naked, with a system alert confirming Linjai killed him. Another alert pops up showing he lost a level, while his last goon just points and laughs. His buddy explains that all of Rex's gear was stolen and the 24-hour loot rule just bit him hard. Rex absolutely loses it, realizing his entire stolen wardrobe is now gone, public humiliation achieved. From the town square, he screams bloody murder, vowing he will never let this go. Back on the battlefield, Linjai explains his slash sent Rex's soul to respawn but left his stuff behind. Meanwhile, the big heavy hitter from earlier is rubbing his neck, thankful his full defense build saved him. He turns around and freezes, seeing Linjai standing there waiting for him. This dude immediately starts panicking, backing away, and begging Lin Jai not to come any closer. Our boy just turns his back, telling the guy to do him a favor and return Rex's clothes for him. He leaves the last goon with a simple message for Rex, who is now just a puddle of terror. With a terrifying purple aura, Lin Jai promises to hunt them down and grind their levels to 0. This poor guy can only stammer out an agreement, completely broken by the threat. You can practically see his soul leaving his body as he processes what just happened. In fact, he looks like he is about to throw up his lunch right there in the courtyard. He barely manages to hold it in, covering his mouth in absolute gut-wrenching fear. While the goon is having a full-on meltdown, Lin Jai just stands there, completely unfazed. This dude's internal monologue is just screaming that facing Lin Jai is like facing death itself. He is not just a player anymore, he is a literal war god who clawed his way back from hell. Suddenly, system alerts flood his screen. He's gained legendary status in town for taking out the trash. Lin Jai just smirks, thinking the betrayal was a small price to pay for this massive reputation boost. But as he walks back into town, the city guards are lined up to welcome him, leaving him baffled. They give him the highest salute, and a system window awards him the legacy title Blade of Dawn. All the other players in the square are just losing their minds, wondering why NPCs are bowing to a player. Someone immediately assumes he is a whale who paid for VIP perks, only to get shut down for playing a fodder class. Meanwhile, Lin Jai recognizes the title, remembering it from a dungeon in his previous life. A flashback takes us to 3 years ago when the world was shrouded in eternal darkness. Monsters were everywhere and the flame of civilization was about to be extinguished for good. But then a legendary warrior appeared, whose ordinary sword became the first ray of dawn. He led the final battle against the darkness, bringing light back to the world. This Blade of Dawn title, it turns out, is granted to legendary souls who stand up against evil. Lin Jai knows this is one of the 8 legacy titles that had massive hype before the game's launch. Devs hinted they were more than just flavor text, but no one had ever actually earned one. And yet he just unlocked it as a newbie in the starting town, the ultimate flex. Back in the present, the guards are still bowing to him, which he finds to be a pleasant surprise. They claim his righteous deed of wrecking those peakers has moved the entire town to tears. Now the mayor wants to host a banquet for him, triggering a new side quest to the town hall. One of the guards even offers to personally escort him there like he is actual royalty. But Lin Jai politely declines, trying to keep a low profile to avoid attracting more griefers. As he walks off, a new group of shady players is already watching him from a dark alley. Their leader, Maggie, immediately vows to backstab our boy the first chance he gets. One of his cronies gets nervous, pointing out that all the NPCs love Lin Jai now. Mega's genius response is that a bad reputation is still a reputation. Killing him will make them famous. His buddy is less than convinced, asking if he actually has a plan to make Lin Jai eat dirt. This clown boasts that he is the Rex of the Rogues and has more clout than anyone in town. A nearby guard immediately shuts that down, reminding them drawing weapons is forbidden right now. Maggie actually talks back to the NPC, telling him to mind his own business and stop meddling. This guard is not amused, warning him they are already on a watch list for being malicious players. Undeterred, Maggie just seethes in the shadows, promising that Lin Jai's time will come. Meanwhile, our boy just keeps walking toward the town hall, totally oblivious to his new fan club. Lin Jai finally arrives at the town hall, pushing open the doors for his big meeting. A voice from inside immediately greets him with his new, ridiculously epic title, Lord Blade of Dawn. This mayor himself pops up, looking like a Pringles mascot and way too happy to see him. He is practically gushing, thanking Lin Jai for single-handedly ending the years-long nightmare of Rex's crew. Our boy just sweats a little, clearly not used to being called a history book-worthy hero. In his head, Lin Jai remembers this mayor used to be a super grim, joyless NPC in his past life. But this time around, the guy is practically glowing, so Lin Jai just humbly accepts the praise. To honor his bravery, the mayor dramatically pulls back a curtain for a grand reveal. He wants to build a solid gold statue of Lin Jai in the town square, which is just a little bit extra. This mayor is completely sold on the idea, wanting everyone to bask in the glory of the Blade of Dawn. But Lin Jai shuts that down fast, calling the statue an empty gesture that will not actually help anyone. With a slick smile, he offers up a counter-proposal that is way more interesting. This mayor is basically ready to give him the keys to the city, asking what he wants instead. Lin Jai suggests that since the Peaker threat is gone, the town's war funds should be used for the public good. His first idea is to slash all transaction taxes, making life way easier for new players. And his second point is to beef up town security so this kind of garbage never happens again. This just blows the mayor's mind. He has never met a player who was not a selfish glory hound. Totally impressed, he agrees to implement Lin Jai's plan immediately, no questions asked. Moments later, system-wide announcements blast across the town detailing the new policies, and the entire player base just erupts in cheers, praising their anonymous god-tier benefactor. This mayor continues to gush, telling Lin Jai his character has earned his deepest respect. As a personal token of gratitude, he whips out a ridiculously fancy golden key for our boy. It is the key to a 2-story house on the outskirts of town, which is now his permanently. Lin Jai is completely floored as a system alert confirms he is the first player in the game to own property. Another window dubs his new home the Windmill Overlook Residence, etching his name into town history. This full weight of this reward hits him. Land ownership in this game is a massive deal. A quick info dump reveals the game's AI makes land incredibly scarce and valuable. This is not one of those games where whales can just buy out entire cities with a credit card. In the world of Era, every plot of land is already owned by a system city, a native tribe just trying to get by, or some ridiculously overpowered monster hoarding a mountain of treasure. Normally, players can only ever rent small stalls or workshops for their business. Even the biggest guilds can only claim limited territory, and they can lose it if they cannot defend it. Linjai knows having a private base this early is an almost unimaginable advantage for his plans. With a sly grin, he thanks the mayor, admitting he really likes this gift. This mayor is just beaming, saying having a hero live there is way more inspiring than a statue. This new house also unlocks a ton of perks like remote auction access and a permanent 15% town discount. A final system message wishes him well, and Lin Jai looks pretty satisfied with the day's work. He steps back out of the town hall, ready to get back to his grind, thinking to himself that new discount makes it the perfect time to hit the market and restock. Just as he is enjoying his victory lap, a system alert pops up: someone's trying to pickpocket him. This system confirms he lost 100 copper coins, and our boy is officially annoyed. A smirking hooded rogue stands there, proudly showing off Lin Jai's freshly lifted coin purse. Wasting zero time, Lin Jai lunges forward, demanding the thief hand his stuff back. This rogue is impossibly fast, though, leaving Lin Jai grabbing nothing but air as they zip away. He's just thinking that for all his help, this town's public security is still absolute garbage. A flash of light signals the thief's escape as they bolt down a side street, yelling at him to stop. It is a dead-end alley, though, and Lin Jai has her cornered, revealing the thief is a woman. With nowhere left to run, he calmly tells her the chase is officially over. This woman just smirks, introducing herself as Shailene, a rogue elite who apparently owns this alley. At that moment, a whole gang of level 5 town thugs materializes, completely surrounding him. Lin Jai just smirks back, remembering Mel Town's seedy underbelly and its boss, Shailene. She is a little surprised he knows her name, guessing he must be a closed beta player. His internal monologue reveals he has been mugged by these NPCs countless times before. He knows this script by heart. Shailene gets straight to the point, explaining someone put a hit out on him and she is here to collect. Our boy calmly runs down his very short list of enemies, a paladin and that loser Rex. He then asks her which one of the two clowns wants him dead this time. She just gives him a knowing look, calling him Blade of Dawn and saying the answer is obvious. Lin Jai gets it immediately, figuring Rex is too much of a coward to face him and hired help instead. But Shailene just shrugs it off, saying she's an NPC doing a job for cash. Player drama is not her problem. With a vicious smirk, Shailene gives her thugs the only order that matters: kill him. At her command, the whole gang rushes Lin Jai, blades flashing in the dark alley. But our boy just effortlessly blocks a huge overhead swing from one of the goons. His counterattack is a massive explosion of force that sends the thug flying. And just like that, the NPC dissolves into data particles at Lin Jai's feet. Shailene looks genuinely impressed, giving him a condescending little not bad kid. Lin Jai just stares her down, asking if she really wants to keep this fight going. Surprisingly, she calls it quits, saying the medical bills for her crew just are not worth it. She even tells her remaining thugs to stand down, admitting they cannot beat the Blade of Dawn. Leaning against a wall, she sighs about how even NPCs have to worry about expenses. She then tells Lin Jai her official report for Rex. The target was too tough, so they bylaid. With a final wave, she invites him for a drink sometime before disappearing down the alley. But Lin Jai stops her cold, his expression making it clear this is not over yet. Shailene turns back, annoyed, asking if letting him live was not generous enough for him. He just holds out his hand, demanding she return the coin purse she lifted earlier. This woman has the absolute nerve to act offended that he'd haggle after she spared him. She calls the stolen cash her fee for not killing him, which is just extortion with extra steps. Lin Jai's eye begins to glow with golden light as he says he earned that money himself. A powerful aura erupts around him as he dares her to risk her life to take it. Shailene just smirks, her own dark power flaring as she declares his bounty and the cash are now hers. This standoff explodes into action as Lin Jai and Shailene charge each other down the alley. Their weapons meet in a massive, blinding clash of gold and purple energy. Shailene effortlessly parries his greatsword, her daggers glowing with a sinister power. With a smug look, she taunts him about his weapon's durability taking a nosedive. Lin Jai is totally thrown off. In his past life, this woman was just a basic black market NPC. She continues to mock him, offering to lend him money for a new sword since he is easy on the eyes. Our boy just tries to figure out why this side character suddenly has a main villain personality. He declares that even if he has to fight barehanded, he is not backing down an inch. Pointing right at her, he makes it clear she is absolutely not getting away with this. Shailene just finds his tough guy act adorable, calling his threats old school. Feeling generous, she decides she is in the mood to entertain him with some hand-to-hand combat. Her face twists into a demonic grin as she orders her boys to give him a welcome party. From the rooftops, her thugs are already screaming their heads off, chanting for their boss to win. This hype squad is absolutely convinced she's about to wipe the floor with him. This whole alley is now an arena, with Lin Jai and Shailene at the center of her adoring fans. Wasting no time, Shailene dashes forward, her hands crackling with dark energy for a strike. She closes the distance in a blur, telling him he is way too slow to even react. Lin Jai's eyes narrow, his focus sharpening as he tracks her impossibly fast movements. A vicious high kick comes flying at his head as she asks if he likes her new move. This blow lands with a massive shockwave, leaving Lin Jai reeling from this woman's sheer power. Lin Jai just barely gets his arms up to block the kick, the raw power sending him skidding back. She lands perfectly, and our boy has to admit this random NPC is ridiculously strong. Shaking it off, Lin Jai immediately charges back in, refusing to give her a single second to recover. Their fists collide in a massive explosion of purple energy that rocks the entire alley. He narrowly dodges a glowing kick as she mockingly calls him pretty boy. She is having way too much fun. Pressing her advantage, Shailene lands another solid punch right on his guard, totally relentless. But this time he catches her fist mid-strike, his eyes glowing gold as her smug look vanishes. His grip tightens with crushing force, making it very clear the time for games is over. Declaring the fight finished, he just hurls her into the alley wall with a huge crash. Standing over her, his fist crackles with golden lightning, ready to deliver the final blow. But she is not even scared, just smirking that he is a tough opponent to beat bare-handed. Lin Jai lays it out for her. If she keeps this up, her losses are gonna be way bigger than her paycheck. For a split second, you can see the gears turning. Is this bounty really worth the repair bill? Her response is to just burst out laughing in his face, calling his very logical threat hilarious. Then she just gets up, says she has lost the mood for this, and casually holds up the coin purse. Calling it a waste of her valuable time, she finally tosses the money back to him. With one last flirty goodbye, she calls off her goons and struts out of the alley. Our boy is just left standing there, completely baffled by this woman's whole chaotic vibe. But as he holds the purse, he realizes something's off. It feels way heavier than it should. He opens it up to find not just his coins, but some kind of mysterious, glowing blue slime thing. Inside the purse is a creepy eyeball, along with a message from Shailene calling it a welcome gift. Lin Jai is immediately suspicious, wondering what kind of messed up working together she is talking about. This moment he touches it, the eyeball cracks and erupts with a blinding blue light. It then floats into the air, unleashing a massive pulse of pure raw power right at him. This energy slams right into him, forcing him to his knees as he clutches his head in agony. A system alert then explains he has just acquired the Eye of True Sight, a legacy artifact for seeing through illusions. Still recovering, our boy is completely floored. He has never even heard of this item in his past life. A sly grin spreads across his face as he realizes this timeline's Meltdown is way more interesting. With that settled, he finally heads into the bustling town market to get his shopping done. Scanning the stalls, he is on the hunt for any hidden treasures among the usual market junk. One of the vendors immediately tries to offload a heap of black stone ore for a single copper. Our boy gives the ore a look that just screams, "You have got to be kidding me." His monologue confirms it is the most basic and useless mineral in the entire game. This stuff is so common that warehouses are overflowing with it. It is literally trash you cannot give away. But at that moment, his new Eye of True Sight activates all on its own, his vision shifting. His gaze sweeps over the pile of junk ore, but now he spots one piece that is clearly different. Zooming in, one of the stones has a faint, unique aura that sets it apart from the junk. This system instantly identifies it as a starlight stone, and Lin Jai looks absolutely stunned. A massive, greedy grin takes over his face. This new eye is completely broken. He has found treasure already. Casually flipping a coin to the vendor, he pockets his new prize, planning to check it out later. Lin Jai asks to buy the ore, and the vendor practically jumps for joy at the chance to sell his trash. This guy praises Lin Jai's excellent taste, while internally calling him the perfect sucker, classic. While the vendor celebrates his 1 copper payday, our boy walks away with the actual treasure. He flashes a smug grin, knowing he just pulled off the single greatest scam in this town's history. It is a flawless starlight stone, perfectly disguised by an outer shell that fools basic appraisal skills. He muses that even selling it raw would net him over 100 copper, a tidy profit indeed. But the real money comes from grinding it into a rare alchemy reagent, and Lin Jai is thinking big. This game world is full of life skills like blacksmithing and tailoring for players to pick up. Most people treat them as a relaxing hobby, a way to unwind between all the monster slaying. But Lin Jai has his sights set on the one profession that is absolutely not for relaxing. Alchemy is a high-risk nightmare where one failed experiment can literally blow you to pieces. You can actually get a "you have slain yourself" pop-up, which is just a spectacular way to fail. To make his case, he pulls up the market to check the prices on current alchemy products. A medium healing potion goes for 10 copper, and there is a daily purchase limit on top of that. He checks the recipe, and the material cost alone is already higher than the selling price. And that is before you even add the 60% failure rate that makes the whole thing a money bonfire. This is why you see sad alchemists kneeling on the street bleeding cash with every potion they brew. But our boy knows better because his past life gave him access to secret, profitable recipes. This key ingredient for his master plan is Starlight Stone Powder, which he now conveniently has. Thanks to that whole chaotic encounter with Shailene, he is now perfectly positioned to make a fortune. Meanwhile, 2 shady guys decide to just copy everything Lin Jai does, hoping to get rich quick. His buddy proudly shows off the black stone ore he bought, convinced it is a secret beta player trick. But the other guy looks horrified. He got sweet-talked into buying an entire stack of the useless junk. Back at the stall, the vendor is having a full-blown crisis, wondering if he undersold his own garbage. Unaware of the market panic he has caused, Lin Jai sits down with his potion-making supplies. He crushes the stone in his hand, a system alert confirming he has created flawless starlight stone powder. His stalkers see this and are now absolutely certain that black stone is a top-tier secret ingredient. With greedy grins, the two geniuses decide to follow his lead and crush their own rocks too. They proceed to make regular black stone powder, looking way too proud of their worthless dust. Now for the actual alchemy, as Lin Jai starts by pouring a basic leaf essence into a crystal bottle. Then he adds the secret ingredient, the starlight powder, which supercharges the low-tier herb juice. But the process is not finished yet as he carries the bubbling mixture over to the town fountain. His fan club is convinced he is performing some kind of high-level ritual, using the fountain as a sacred site. Lin Jai just stares at the water, holding the potion up as if preparing for a grand ceremony. And then he just fills the rest of the bottle with fountain water, leaving his audience speechless. This mixture inside glows a vibrant green, the potion now looking complete and surprisingly potent. A system notification pops up, confirming he has successfully crafted a medium healing potion. He gives a satisfied smirk, noting it is a perfect replica of the overpriced ones sold in shops. His stalkers are just fuming in the background, realizing the Blade of Dawn is basically a master counterfeiter. And he is not just making one, he is mass-producing them right there in the town square, ready to crash the economy. A system window confirms it, 100 successful potions and a skill up in alchemy just like that. Lin Jai smirks, realizing his past life knowledge is basically a license to print money. Immediately, other players swarm him, desperate to buy his potions since the official store is sold out. Just 1 hour later, he is completely sold out, leaving a crowd of disappointed customers in his wake. Holding his now heavy coin purse, he notes that undercutting the store price was a genius move. His initial 100 copper has exploded into a whopping 1,000 copper in a single hour of work. While he is celebrating his 10x profit, his stalkers finally realize he was selling the real deal. These two geniuses are now convinced he is using a secret beta exploit and plan to cash in before it is patched. They try to copy his recipe, thinking it is just black powder and fountain water, feeling like absolute masterminds. But their concoction turns into a bottle of toxic sewage, leaving them completely baffled by their failure. One of them tries to play it off, insisting it is just a different color healing potion, while his friend begs him to stop. His buddy calls his bluff immediately, telling him to prove it by drinking the purple sludge himself. A moment later, a system alert announces a player has just slain himself, and Lin Jai glances over at the commotion. A crowd gathers around the scene of the accident, wondering why another player just randomly offed themselves. Lin Jai just shakes his head, musing that this is what happens when you mess with alchemy without a real recipe. With his business done and the local idiots handled, he decides it is time to log off and manage his new fortune. He exchanges some of his copper for real-world cash, a satisfied look on his face as he prepares to leave the game. This scene cuts to a view of a modern apartment complex, setting the stage for his return to reality. Back in his room, Lin Jai takes off his VR helmet, having converted 50 copper at a crazy exchange rate. And a notification on his phone confirms it, 5,000,000 yuan just hit his account, leaving him utterly stunned. Lin Jai smirks, impressed by how fast the real-world money transfer came through. But his moment of satisfaction is cut short by some seriously aggressive banging at his front door. A trio of loan sharks barges in, demanding this month's payment from his mom and sister. His mother points out the rent is not even due yet, it is only the beginning of the month. But the leader does not care, he just lost 1,000,000 in era and is in a very bad mood. And now he has decided their family is going to be the one to make him feel better about it. This mother desperately pleads for more time, explaining they just do not have the cash right now. Her pleas fall on deaf ears as the goon boss just sneers at her, totally unmoved. To make a point, one of the thugs grabs his sister, Zixi, from behind. This mom is horrified, trying to get them to let her daughter go as the situation escalates. This creep then suggests he could just sell the daughter to cover the debt. What a guy. He even takes a shot at Lin Jai, calling him a useless piece of trash hiding in his room playing games. This insults get darker, with the guy joking that his organs would be worth more than his life. A voice from behind suddenly asks about that million he lost, and the leader turns around. It is Lin Jai, casually holding his phone and asking if that amount would be enough. This whole crew just bursts out laughing until a notification confirms a 1,000,000 yuan transfer. In total denial, the boss calls it fake, but his buddy tells him to check his own phone. Lin Jai just stares him down, repeating the question with ice in his voice. Even his own family is completely stunned, asking him if he robbed a bank or something. Meanwhile, the thugs are just staring at the phone screen, trying to count all the zeros. This goons are just staring at the phone, their brains short-circuiting at all those zeros. Still processing, the boss grabs Lin Jai, refusing to believe a shut-in game addict could have this cash. He is absolutely fuming, demanding to know where the money came from. His ego is taking a massive hit. Lin Jai just smirks, admitting he is a loser who can only make money by playing games. This just makes the loan shark even angrier since he just lost 1,000,000 in that very same game. So he pulls a knife and changes the deal. That million is now compensation for his loss, not debt payment. Lin Jai's eyes go cold, recognizing this for the pathetic shakedown it is. In a blur of motion, he disarms the guy, leaving the thug completely stunned by his speed. Our boy leans in close, dropping the bomb that he is good at more than just video games. He then twists the boss's arm back, forcing him to the ground as the guy screams in agony. His two goons start to move, but Lin Jai's dead-eyed stare stops them cold. With a sharp stomp right next to the boss's hand, he makes it clear nobody else should move. This tough guy act completely vanishes as the boss starts begging, even calling Lin Jai bro. But Lin Jai is not having it, his expression turning absolutely demonic as he shuts that down. This lone shark is now officially terrified, feeling like he is staring down a demon from hell. Lin Jai leans over him, calmly asking if he is still planning on causing trouble for his family. Suddenly it is all a misunderstanding, and the boss promises to leave them alone now that the debt is paid. He even checks with his crew, who are nodding so hard their heads might fall off. With a final, chilling glare, Lin Jai tells them all to get out of his house right now. And just like that, the trio of tough gays scrambles out the door like their lives depend on it. After the goons are gone, the family just stands there in a moment of awkward post-beatdown silence. His sister Zixi finally snaps, yelling after the thugs that her brother will mess them up if they ever return. Down on the street, the terrified loan sharks are bowing and scraping, promising they have learned their lesson. With the immediate threat handled, Zixi turns to Lin Jai demanding an explanation for, well, everything. Lin Jai tries to play dumb with a classic explain what. As if he did not just terrify three grown men, she is not having it, wondering aloud how a secret rich guy suddenly popped up in their broke family. Our boy starts sweating bullets, trying to figure out how to explain his new fortune without giving his family a heart attack. And now for a brief, totally not plot-related message from our sponsors before the interrogation continues. Zixi crosses her arms, her patience officially gone, demanding he spill the beans about the money. But Lin Jai is just looking at her, overwhelmed with relief that in this life his sister is alive and well. He flashes back to his grim past, where his father's death and Zixi's illness left them drowning in debt. Back then, he was just a desperate young man trying to find any work to support them. Job interviews were a dead end, always ending with the classic "we will call you" brush off. He remembers the crushing feeling of walking away, knowing that for someone like him, opportunities were non-existent. Until one day he saw a guy in a goofy dragon costume promoting the new game Era. This pitch was all about a world of endless adventure and hidden treasures, which definitely got his attention. But the line that truly hooked him was the promise of making real money just by playing. And that is how it all began, as a broke level 3 warrior driven by pure financial desperation. A party leader approached him for a coin farming run, specifically looking for someone not afraid to die. This offer was a measly 2 copper coins per run, but for him it was a start. With a grim look, he accepts the deal, knowing exactly what he is getting into. Every single run was a near-death experience, but hey, a paycheck is a paycheck. His party leader even comments on it, calling Lin Jai a cockroach who just will not die. This guy even jokes that his survival rate is so high it is basically cheating, and Lin Jai just takes the compliment, covered in blood and looking like he has seen hell. For all that effort, he gets his pay plus a generous 1 copper bonus. Wow. His so-called teammates then just walk off, leaving him to clean up the mess. But all that time spent on the brink of death was forging him into something more. His combat skills just kept getting sharper and more refined with every single fight. Eventually, he was the last man standing in every raid, sometimes even soloing the boss. This grind gave him a new goal: to become the strongest player in the game through sheer skill. By becoming number 1, he could finally earn enough to protect the people he loved. Along the way, he met a kindred spirit, a rival and friend named Bailey Greatwall. This guy and him made a pact to push each other to the absolute limit. They promised to become the best in their classes and then have one final duel to settle it all. His reputation as a top-tier berserker grew, finally bringing some financial stability to his family. Until one day, some shady battle agent tells him he has to throw the biggest match of his life. Lin Jai completely loses it, slamming the desk and demanding to know why he is being sabotaged. He screams that he has everything it takes to be the strongest in Era, and winning this final fight means 100 million, enough to save his sister's life. Lin Jai is absolutely furious, roaring at the agent about why he should just throw the match, but the shady suit lays it out cold. Era is controlled by sponsors and a nobody cannot win. He even tries to frame it as a favor, since his opponent is his best friend, Bailey Greatwall. Our boy refuses, declaring that Bailey would never betray their promise to have a real fight. With burning resolve, he vows to bet everything on this one match to become the strongest. This agent just scoffs as he leaves, warning that the sponsors will find a way to make him lose. As Lin Jai walks away, the agent's voice echoes that Bailey comes from a powerful family. For a rich kid, failure is temporary, but for someone like Lin Jai, one fall means eternal ruin. At that exact moment, his phone rings, and it is his mom, sounding absolutely terrified. This news is a gut punch. Zixi's condition has suddenly worsened after the machines malfunctioned. His mom mentions a strange man in black at the hospital as the phone slips from his numb hand. This memory of his past life's failure completely overwhelms him, bringing him to tears. Suddenly, Zixi's voice snaps him back to the present, asking if he is crying. He quickly puts on a brave face, pinching her cheek and saying he is just incredibly happy. She is not buying it for a second, asking how he really made $1 million by playing a game. Lin Jai cooks up a quick story about a lucky mystery box, promising her a good life from now on. Zixi gets instantly excited and demands the helmet until he reminds her minors are banned. He then reflects that everyone has their own reasons for becoming a player in Era. Some do it for glory, others to escape reality, but his own motivation is much simpler. A shot of his in-game character makes it clear. His only goal is to become the strongest. He reflects on his past life, where people at the bottom were just monsters trading their lives for cash. Every so-called miracle survival was just him desperately clinging to a reason to live. And that reason was simple: to become the strongest and protect the people who mattered most. But this time around, he has got a head start, beginning with a trip to the official Era store. His eyes are locked on the prize, a top-of-the-line Supreme Thunder rig worth $1,000,000. In his past life, he could barely afford a budget model, a far cry from this beast. Meanwhile, his rival Bailey was rocking this exact top-tier setup from the very beginning. This shopkeeper recognizes him, condescendingly asking if the entry-level gear is not good enough. Lin Jai just cuts to the chase, telling the guy he is here to upgrade to a Supreme Thunder. This gets a laugh out of the clerk, who says that kind of rig is for top-tier pros only. As the guy keeps mocking his ambition, a new, much richer-looking customer walks in. This newcomer immediately demands the Supreme Thunder, announcing he will pay in full right now. Suddenly, the shopkeeper is all smiles, fawning over young Master Rex and his impeccable taste. But Lin Jai recognizes that voice instantly, his expression hardening. And what do you know, it is the same rich kid he just scammed in-game, complaining about it with his buddies. Rex is still fuming, blaming his loss on his trash setup and vowing he would have stomped Lin Jai otherwise. Then he turns around and sees the very guy he was just talking about. Total shocker. This rich kid absolutely loses it, screaming about why Lin Jai seems to be haunting him. With a smirk, Lin Jai reminds him that enemies are bound to meet, asking if he wants another beating. Rex grinds his teeth, admitting that even his hired help could not take Lin Jai down in the game. Rex and his goons try to act tough, declaring that in the real world he is the one in charge. But one of his own guys points out he said the exact same thing in the game, right before getting wrecked. This rich kid insists Lin Jai cheated in-game, but now it is 3-on-1, so they will definitely win for real. Meanwhile, the shopkeeper starts panicking, begging them not to wreck his store because business is hard enough. Siding with the money, the clerk tells Lin Jai to kneel and beg for forgiveness from young Master Rex. Our boy just looks bored, saying he was planning on letting them off the hook for their in-game saltiness. Rex immediately pulls a knife, yelling that he is here to reclaim all the dignity he lost in the game. His goons are also crying about it, complaining about how long it took to grind those levels Lin Jai just deleted. Done talking, the rich kid lunges forward, knife first, ready to end this. For Lin Jai, though, time itself seems to slow to an absolute crawl, leaving his opponents looking like they are moving through molasses. Turns out 5 years of hellish combat in Era did not just train his avatar, it rewired his actual brain. His reflexes are so sharp now that to him the world just moves in slow motion during a fight. That same skill translates perfectly to reality, letting him sidestep the knife attack with zero effort. This rich kid is absolutely baffled, wondering how Lin Jai is managing to cheat in real life too. With the opening wide open, Lin Jai winds up a punch aimed right at the rich kid's jaw. It connects with brutal efficiency, turning Rex's tough guy face into a masterpiece of snot and tears. As Rex grovels on the floor, Lin Jai calmly points out that you cannot exactly cheat in real life, guys. Then he turns to the remaining two goons, telling them to attack together since he is in a hurry. And his loyal crew immediately bails, telling their boss they will just, wait for him outside, bye. With the trash taken out, Lin Jai coolly slaps his card on the counter for 1 Supreme Thunder full payment. This shopkeeper's jaw hits the floor, confirming the funds and asking if he really made $1 million just gaming. Now suddenly the most valued customer, Lin Jai walks out with his prize as the clerk waves goodbye. But just as he leaves, one of Rex's goons, the one who did not fight, is waiting for him outside. This guy stands there looking dead serious, a far cry from the usual thug attitude. Lin Jai immediately calls him out, asking why he chickened out while his buddies got wrecked. This goon just stammers, struggling to find the words for what he is about to do. He is practically vibrating with nervous energy, trying to build up the courage to speak. And then he just yells it out, he wants to get stronger. Our boy gives him a completely unimpressed "oh, like this is just a minor inconvenience." This guy introduces himself as Hawk, a paladin, and begs Lord Blade of Dawn to help him. It is a full-on, desperate scream plea for Lin Jai to take him as his disciple. Lin Jai just shuts him down cold, saying he has no plans for that and starts to walk away. But Hawk grabs him, insisting that seeing him fight like a war god changed everything. He realized in that moment that Lin Jai was not just skilled, he was a true powerhouse. This guy confesses he picked his class because he was afraid of taking hits on the front line. All his flashy skills were just a way to hide his cowardice, making him a total failure in his own eyes. So for the third time, he begs Lin Jai to teach him how to be genuinely powerful. Lin Jai turns him down again, thinking to himself that this idiot does not even understand what he saw. Still, he leaves the door open a crack, saying maybe someday as he finally walks off. Hawk is practically buzzing with hope, asking if that means he is not getting rejected after all. Lin Jai just drops some parting wisdom, saying that facing your weakness is the first step to power. He then adds that he will be watching Hawk's progress once the new Era update goes live. This is all the motivation Hawk needs, vowing to prove himself worthy of being his disciple. As Lin Jai walks away with his new rig, he realizes his fate is already diverging from his past life. Back at his place, he wastes no time putting on the new top-of-the-line gaming helmet. This visor glows to life and our boy cracks a confident smirk. It is time to get back to work. Logging in, he spawns in a grassy field right in front of a huge, unfamiliar house. He figures the game update must have set his default login to the property the mayor gave him. Using the ornate key, he unlocks the door, announcing that he is officially back. A system message immediately pops up, welcoming him home and unlocking the house renovation feature. Apparently, he can now customize the house and the 500-meter plot of land it sits on. Linjai is stunned since he was way too poor in his past life to ever know about player housing. Inside, however, the place is completely bare, basically just an empty, unlivable shell. Then a massive menu of ridiculously expensive furniture options appears, ready to drain his wallet. He immediately realizes the mayor's gift was just a classic money sink, what a scam artist. But then a sly look crosses his face as he considers the possibilities. And just like that, he is relaxing on a new sofa, figuring he will just earn more money later. Suddenly, a noise from the front entrance makes him look up, instantly on alert. He stands, staring at the door because it sounds like someone just arrived uninvited. He cautiously peeks through the door, looking less than thrilled to have a visitor, and standing on his porch is a very dangerous-looking woman who already knows his name. Lin Jai's internal monologue just screams bad luck because he knows exactly who this is. She tries to play the old friend's card while he is actively trying to shut the door on her. His mind races. This is Zia Lion, the undisputed queen of Meltown's criminal underworld. This game has a system where players who kill others get a red name and become outlaws, and it is underworld NPCs like Zia Lion who provide these pariahs with essential services. For a hefty fee, she is the go-to for every shady player who cannot show their face in public. She offers him a money-making quest, but Lin Jai is desperately trying to refuse the call. Too bad for him, she barges right in, insisting he is the only one who can complete her task. Now lounging on his brand new sofa, she explains a man-eating beast has appeared nearby. Lin Jai just plays dumb, acting totally surprised by this very convenient monster problem. This beast apparently ate several of her subordinates, so she needs someone to take it out. But our boy immediately smells a rat, asking why her city-based thugs were out in the boonies. She completely dodges the question and offers a laughably low reward of 100 copper coins. In response, Lin Jai just swipes her apple and counters with his own price, 10 silver coins. She absolutely loses it, yelling that he just increased her offer by 100 times. Kicking back in a chair, he coolly reminds her that since she came to him, he sets the price. She sputters that for that kind of cash she could hire every player in town, so why him? With a sly grin, Lin Jai calls her bluff, offering to spell out the real reason she is so desperate. She leans in with a smirk, practically daring him to explain how he knows all her secrets. He explains her secret treasure vault is in a hidden dungeon that got overrun by monsters after the update, and now she is totally stuck, unable to get her own loot, which leaves her absolutely speechless. Then he casually speculates that her little stash is worth hundreds of gold coins and priceless items. This completely shatters her composure as she demands to know how a novice player knows her business. With a smug grin, Lin Jai drops the bomb. He has been reborn and knows every NPC's dirty little secrets. In his past life, her vault became a huge server-wide treasure hunt after the town fell. This was after she went full-on evil, killed a bunch of players, and got taken down by a raid party. Back in the present, he switches to blackmail, threatening to snitch on her stolen money to the mayor. This kid then asks if she honestly thinks she'd survive to see the next update if he tattled. Zia Lion tries to act tough, insisting the mayor would not dare meddle in her affairs, total bluff. A second later, she is a mess, wailing that 10 silver is a fortune she could never ever pay. Seeing how much she loves money, Lin Jai offers to do the job for free, which stops her cold. Her entire personality flips on a dime, her eyes turning to stars as she asks if he is for real. Of course, there is a catch. He wants her to give up her entire position as manager of the Dark Street. He thinks to himself that this Zia Lion is different from the minor side quest NPC he remembers. In the original timeline, the town was conquered by a brutal new ruler named Chanter Griffin. After the mayor was killed, Zia Lion surrendered and became an accomplice to the brutal Griffin. This sent her down a dark path to becoming a villain boss, right before players finally killed her. But in this life, he is seeing a different side of her as she offers a menacing welcome ceremony. Zia Lion gets a wicked grin, musing that it'd be hard to take him down without a weapon. She calls this a meeting gift and looks forward to their future cooperation, a totally friendly gesture. Lin Jai just calmly considers how this one small change could completely alter the course of fate. A second later, Zia Lion is absolutely losing it, screaming that what he just did is impossible. Turns out her gift was the Eye of True Sight, a skill that lets him see right through NPC lies. And she is furious he immediately used it on her because of course he did. Our boy just twists the knife, pointing out how vital the contents of that vault are to her entire operation. In response, she pulls a sword on him, showing her respect for the big shot in the room. Lin Jai does not even flinch, reminding her this is his house and he is the only one who can help. Cornered, she admits that treasure is her entire future, agreeing to the deal but demanding he succeed.